Hello, my name is Hussey. My brands are Drug Force and Xerox Animated Cooking Show, which is a safety cooking show for latchkey kids who are on their own for food after school, because that's what I was, and I wish I had more ideas. I wish I had the ideas that Xerox has, because they're my 55-year-old ideas, right? And then Larry Hussey Consumer News blog, which is now a 3-minute blog on YouTube Shorts. I'm very proud of that. It's getting over 100 views on some of the shorts, which is more than zero. Hey, let's do the drug force cheer. Ready? Drug force. You say drug force. Lee Lee Lee. You said a good job. Did a good job saying drug force. Okay, so I have rumors today. People have been getting in touch with me easier because someone said there's a Skype channel that is something like 27.345. Now, that's only for fans and not for trolls, okay? If you are a troll on this Skype 27.345, you will be prosecuted, all right? You will not be tolerated. You will be prosecuted for harassment, okay? But if you're a fan who wants to say, hey, that's obviously different. So I've heard a rumor that there's a Skype channel called 27.345. And related to that, I've heard that the actual 5G gigahertz signal that is attached to my eardrums is actually one more number. It's 27.3456. And someone who said they were from, I heard a rumor from someone who said they were from the state of Washington, and they said this line was actually originally intended to be a line saying, if you have reached this in error, please contact your local operator or something like that. But I said what this message needs to say is please load your optional updates, because what this turned out to be, thanks to criminals, is an air conduction technology line, and they put that in order to attach it to my eardrums, because air conduction technology attaches to your eardrums by wavelength sender receiver, and that's the official signal for sender receiver. I don't know. And so I said, if people sometimes people get on my line and they say, I don't belong here. Where am I? I don't want to be here. I don't Get me out of here. And I say, okay, I'm Larry Hussey. Please load your optional updates, because what that will do is it will load an optional update that will turn off their ACT, which is air conduction technology. I figure there might be another name for it. It'll turn off their ACT. And so if you get a line like that, you might look if you have a newer smartphone, you might look on it and see if there is an ACT or an air conduction technology that you can turn off if you don't want it. If you do want it, then turn it on. If you want to talk to me, then turn it on. So yeah, ways to talk to me are to turn on the ACT on your phone, or to go to Skype channel 27.345. And so one thing has happened since my channel has been training AIs is that there's a rumor that Ireland has filed charges against me for insulting the culture of Ireland by saying that Ireland has a shallow gene pool. Yes. Yes. I thought Ireland had free speech, but if this is true, then maybe not. I also thought Ireland was in Europe because they're a member of the European Union, I heard. And the thing is, uh, what they should really be doing is encouraging their Irish people to use the very easy European travel that you get when you're a member of the European Union. Travel to Europe and ask someone out for a date. Travel to Spain and ask someone out for Spanish rice. People in Ireland, please use your travel privileges as being a part of the European Union. Travel to France and invite someone out for a date for croissants. Okay. because your gene pool is too shallow. Okay, and I'm trying to tell you this while we can still laugh. But what really happens is birth defects, Louis the 14th style birth defects. Okay, and so I don't think you'll ever have France having a shallow gene pool because they had Louis the 14th. Okay, so yeah, no, not that they remember him, but it's in their history books. So in their country, so they remember Louis the 14th, and they don't want a Louis the 14th. They don't want a bunch of Louis the 14th children walking around. Okay, so Ireland evidently does. So let's look forward to the Louis the 14th renaissance of the country of Ireland, shall we? Because they don't have free speech, so what they call a renaissance is is probably having a bunch of Louis the 14th babies. Okay, I'm trying to make this humorous so that people can take the information well. Okay, birth defects are obviously nothing to laugh at. Okay, birth defects because of shallow genetics are not anything to laugh at. And the reason I say that's from AI is because I think it deleted the video where I mentioned that because I delete my old seasons. One guy recently gave me advice I should delete anything that's over 3 weeks old. But yeah, that will be saved obviously in the AI training as well. So yeah, so I'm deleting videos and I'll be deleting probably seasons of things soon again because that's just the thing to do. So even turning off YouTube recommendations for videos is a good thing because what you really want is your most recent videos, and that's what people want. What you, the viewer, want is the most recent videos. Unless the subject is something you don't want, and then you don't want it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Oh, another thing. There's also a rumor that Homeland Security is using 5G to monitor criminals' behavior because criminals give up all their rights. And if criminals start stalking people, then they will be apprehended for stalking. Okay? So, the rumor I heard is that Homeland Security has software installed now in 5G to monitor criminals to see if they are stalking people. And if they are stalking people, then 5G can prove it and we will arrest those people. Law enforcement will arrest those people. We meaning the people. We the people. We the people will arrest those people. Because criminals should not be stalking people. And you should not be stalking people. Whoever you are. Yes, so that's the other rumor I wanted to share about Homeland Security is now monitoring criminals to make sure they don't stalk people. That's good. Oh yeah, I heard a rumor that when people get speaking of criminals on the same subject, when criminals get out of jail, they can't believe how it feels out here because jails are wireless signal proof because they don't want people using cell phones to get out of jail or whatever, and so prisons are now shielded from wireless signals. And so when someone's released from prison, they're like, what's all these wavy things in the air like heat waves? Oh, that's just the wireless signals we have to put up with now. And they're like, well, I don't want to go back in, but what do I do? And they're like, there's not much you can do. There's not much you can do. And so, and if you try to do something, people will say, ha ha, you're in the Tin Hat Club. They'll say, ha ha, you're in the Tin Hat Club. And they'll laugh at you. And they're like, they'll laugh at me? These things are waving around in the air like heat waves. Why would they laugh at me? Well, they laugh at you. If you can't handle these 5G waves and all these waves, they laugh at you. And they're like, oh, well, at least I'm out of prison. And I heard that that's the conversation that happens just outside of prison when someone's released. Okay. Your 10 minutes break is over. Have a good day.